What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, move on to treat, yeah. Keep listening.
Hello and welcome into the Wednesday edition of Your Show. I am your food-poisoned host, Gary, today. I don't know if it's actual food poisoning or just really bad choices of said food that was put in the body. We'll have more on that coming up very, very soon. We are also very, very happy to say this at the start of each and every show. We are the only show, as far as we know, I think legally we do have to say that originates from Saskatoon, 4 to 5 p.m., Monday to Friday, going live. No one else wants to go live because it's very scary for a lot of people around here. We thrive under it. We love making mistakes because we're human, just like you. Everything here is real, and that's why this place is so darn special. So thank you for joining us each and every day around this time. And if you watch on the post show, I guess it's called. What do you call it when you finish a live show and then you put it on here? Phenom. If you on the pod?
On demand.
On demand. Oh, VOD. I thought you said pod. I was like, I hate calling this a podcast. It's not a podcast. This is a live show on a network. But yes, the video on demand, if you're watching and or listening to that as well, because you can find the audio versions out there. Thank you. And we appreciate you. And if you ever want to be a part of this, just let us know. It's very easy. We will actually, do you know what? You want to throw up a contact right now? Before we get anything, we'll switch it up a little bit. God, I look horrible, hey? Look at that. What an ugly man.
Are you kidding?
Ooh,
That handsome mug.
See, you're so sweet. I already paid you your money, man. You don't got to keep juicing me up. If you want to be a part of this, if you think it's really cool, you want to come in, check it out, you got ideas for a show, you got an organization, you got charities, any of that stuff, we are the voice of Saskatoon. We are hyper-local. When you speak here, our city listens. Hit us up. I got the new theme song. I didn't lay it down yet, but we're going to lay it down very soon. It's going to be very professional. So sing along at home if you know the words. Just email us there it is. contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song. And then we just send it. I was getting good at it. Now I'm getting better.
Why buy a mattress anywhere else?
Don't give away our secrets. On 3, Phenom. 1, 2, 3, get out of here. Well done. As you can tell, we got Phenom on the 1s and 2s. Say hello. There he is. Still working hard. Don't know how he talks out of his hand. It's kind of weird, but we're learning more and more about him every single day. I've been waiting for this dog to come up here. Is she even in the house? Oh, she's right over there. Margaret, can you report to the stage, please? Little insider trading here. Animal training. If you have to be an animal trainer, this is how you do it. It's like Montel Jordan, hey? This is how we do it. Marge, good job. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fluffy Butt Maggie Cam. Dun, 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 dun. Look at her go, eating her nice, lovely treat. The Maggie Cam for our incredible pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. When you walk through those majestic doors, your shopping experience keeps getting better. You're greeted by Maggie's boyfriend, Leroy. He's also a greeting dog. He walks up to the till. You say hi to Mike or Rochelle, and then you continue to shop, whether it's the brand new buckle-up collars with matching leashes, all the other toys, all the food, all the treats, including the raw food in the fridges at the back, right beside the cleaning station that is second to none as we are upon dirty puppy season. Everything you need for the best puppy, dare I say, pet life is waiting for you at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. Good job, Marge, but you're not getting another one. Okay? There you go. Wednesdays around here are very, very special because we have a little table that we like to, I guess, bring people in. It's funny because you're in half of the thing, so I can't really surprise people with you. Hold on, watch this. All right. No, it's too late now, but I'm still going to give it the old college try. Look at that. We have an all-the-way around table. It's very exciting with mysterious guests always coming and going. Today, we have 2 people in studio, waiting on a third. Not sure if he's coming around. He usually gets stuck in traffic right around this time.
I think we got a also running late.
Oh, yeah, traffic. So we'll introduce him when he does his awesome walk-up like he loves to do. Right now, sitting beside me in this very studio, the Dufferin Avenue Media Network Content Creation Studio inside the Sotner Concrete Services Clubhouse. 2 former Shaw guys.
Hey.
One host of Strip Down. New episode, March 25th. Very excited for that one. The other, the founder. We call him the founding father. I don't know if that's legal or correct or not, but I don't care at all. From Shaw Cable, it is Simon Hyatt and Curtis Anderson. Woo! How's
back.
the boys today?
How are you doing, Kurt?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great.
It's always fun to awkwardly sit here
Wait
during
for
that
someone to
5-minute intro.
And
I'm
I'm like,
like,
oh
I
God,
don't
I have
know.
to talk. Right.
It's a really long one. I'm sweating.
Yeah, what
already.
is with that fantastic belt? That Amazing Fantasy
Oh,
Spider-Man
very cool.
first issue belt.
Do you mean this buckle up collar from Pet Planet
Oh,
on A3,
yes.
your Pet's Natural Grocery?
The collar.
Check it out. You got a dog, needs a buckle, boom. It's just like a seatbelt. I like to pretend I'm the flight attendant to this.
So I
place.
could not have been more wrong. Not only was it not a belt,
Well, it is.
well, it's a dog.
You could wear
collar
it as a
thing.
belt if you were like a toddler.
Okay.
And it stretches too, and they're so sweet. I love them so much. And I got the matching leash as well. So I
Amazing.
Fantastic.
The Marvel Comics buckle up collar and the leash. All right, you guys, I'm sweating.
What's up,
This is-
Gary? Something's wrong with your tum-tum, right?
Yeah, my Tim Tums are all messed up. Well, we'll bring on the reason for us being all the way around the world.
Okay.
Sorry, as I struggle to get out of that. That was
he,
like a
he made you
straight
sick
jacket.
somehow.
Well,
No, it's a really good story.
Oh.
I already told the boys a little bit, but we'll go into it a little more in depth. First things first, it is time to bring in our world part of the all the way around. It's not even world in it. The all the way around part of the all the way around table. Nailed it.
you got this.
Maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully in Melbourne, maybe in his anti-fresca, we'll see right now, he is coach number 1. Oh, he's back in the office again. What's the deal with the office?
There you go.
Too cold today.
It's too cold in Australia, of course.
Hmm.
I get you. I know you're going into winter there, but it can't be that cold. What's the temp?
17 and overcast. It's a little windy.
I wouldn't go outside either.
No.
That was a joke. That was me being facetious. Eh?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I was waiting for someone to defend me.
I'm rolling around a joke in my head that I don't know if it's going to work or not, but
Uh-oh.
there's something wrong with your tum-tum.
Yeah.
Was it too many tam-tams? Is that an Australian candy? Did I hit that? Did I bridge these worlds?
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
definitely I think they're
Nice.
Tim
All right,
Tam.
yeah.
Southern
I'll
Hemisphere.
be silent for the rest of the hour now. I got my one in, okay?
All right.
Good.
Coach number 1, I'm going to tell you what happened to me last night. I was sitting in the ski chalet here, which I also share with my beautiful partner, Margaret, and had a late night, was doing some work, and then I was relaxing, and I was medicating and living the good life, and it was about 2 o'clock. I'd already gone through 2 delicious grilled cheese sandwiches and 2 packs of Indomie instant noodles, which are just fantastic. And I was pretty full. I was like, before I go to bed, I could use a little bit of ice cream. I could probably use a little bit of candy. I think I could use a smoky, maybe a couple pieces of pizza. So I go ahead and hit up, I'm going to pull up the order here, hit up 7-Eleven. And 7-Eleven was so kind to deliver at 2:30 in the morning to me. And I thought that was so nice of them. How do I go back? We can't check the orders. Anyways. So about 2:45, 2:50-ish, I get a nice little snack, and I proceed to eat my smoky. Put 1 piece of pizza away. I'm going to save that for tomorrow. Eat the second piece of pizza. The pizza is about 5 hours old. It was supposed to be a soft crust, but this was a very crispy crust, and it was hard to get through.
It was a soft crust in February.
Exactly. And then I'm like, well, that piece must have been a bad one. The other one can't be that bad. So I got the other piece out and ate that one.
You can talk yourself into so much at 3 in the morning.
It's crazy.
Eating
It's
7-Eleven.
like a different person, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I got the pizza down, got the smoky down. And then I was like, well, I have to try each of the, I had like 12 bags of different candies. So I have to try these candies. I got some cherry sours, which I don't normally get into. I just crushed that bag, crushed some other candies. And then I had some ice cream. I had a ice cream sandwich. It was just I've been stress eating a lot. Like I put on a lot of weight, and I've been doing a lot of just trying to manage my life. And it always seems to come back to food. Normally it doesn't hurt me. Today, it hurt. It hurt a lot. Like since the moment I woke up until this very second, I've been very topsy-turvy in the old Tim Tums. And it's been like this. But I think we're over the worst of it. So
I'll keep you posted.
exactly. Simon can be the judge of that.
Did
The lesson learned was don't be an idiot.
did it look like a crime scene when you woke up this morning?
Rappers
I
everywhere.
should have took a
and
picture, man.
Right?
There was rappers strewn everywhere.
Chalk
Wow.
outline come from.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like not just on my little table, my dinner table, which is just a little side table, but overflowing onto the floor. Candies that missed my mouth.
Was there human interaction when the food was delivered, or were
No,
they just like,
God, no.
and then they ran away?
I have a very good relationship with both my Skip the Dishes guy and my Uber Eats guy.
They know
It's
just to leave it outside.
leave it at the door.
Then the
No
door cracks,
conversation.
and there's just like this hand trying to find the food, some hissing noises.
I make it very clear. I don't want anyone to know my shame. I don't want you to see my face because you're here like 3 times a week. And you're seeing these huge orders. Clearly, I'm the only person here. It looks like I'm feeding 10.
I just assumed this was
Not
a
good.
frat house.
Exactly. And it probably smells like a frat house out there, too. So, all the love to our friends that deliver foods.
Yeah.
Just don't be an idiot. Excess, right? Like, just within reason. Everything's okay within reason. Just don't go off the deep end like I did.
Yeah.
I thought I was superhuman. I had such a good run going.
It
with
does
this
seem
move.
a little ironic.
Don't you think?
It does seem a little ironic, Gaza, because you kind of were talking about feeling better, self-medication, and then the flip side, the stuff that totally makes
That
you feel the
derails.
opposite.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know what's in that, but there's something there.
You know, you feel it's the quick rush, right? It's a quick hit. You feel so good when you get that bite of ice cream and you're eating your hot dog and you got the pizza going. But then the shame is just so quick to bring you back down to earth. It's like, why did I do that? Like I literally had the conversation with myself. You do not need this. Your body does not need this. There's nothing here. Your stomach is full. It's time to go to bed. Maggie's sitting there waiting for me to go cuddle up. You know, I really could use that big cheddar smoky and a meat lover's pizza. And then that part, you know, sometimes you just got to give in to that voice. I just picked the wrong time. I think that's what it was. Oh, got some excitement over there. How is the Aussie life? I know it's chilly out there, so there's no fresca for you, but what's going on? How's everything besides the weather?
Weather was all right. We went to, I gave you kind of a heads up. We went about Rosebud.
How was the
No.
Mornington Peninsula?
The Mornington Peninsula lived up to its name. It was beautiful. That day was probably mid-30s. We got there. The beach is wide open.
Perfect.
So, great day. Nobody got burnt. There's something going on in the background there. I can see you guys laughing all the time, and I'm like, what's going on?
No, it's
What's
all. I'm
happening?
listening. I'm just going to get Mazer his headset. Where you going? Get your headset. Where did it go? Oh, it's probably not-
Now, Curtis,
Yo, hit me.
it's good to have you back.
I miss you so
when
much.
Gary, wow. And it seems we're probably going to talk about baseball today because whenever you're here, we talk baseball. When you're not here, we talk wrestling. So
What was discussed last week?
I think there was some wrestling
King
last
Kong
week, wasn't there?
Bundy.
King Kong Bundy, yeah. Bundy Mania was running wild for a while there.
Yeah.
AEW was on the weekend on Sunday.
I would love to talk wrestling, but since I'm here, I'm sure we'll talk baseball. It was a crazy week in wrestling last week.
Yeah, we talked about the Cena. I tried to
It
talk
was-
about the Cena heel turn.
You have to have been watching for like 30 years to appreciate that moment.
I don't know. Maybe out of all the wrestlers that transcended, I think John Cena did a pretty bad job of making sure people couldn't see him. The dude was everywhere.
that
He's in all the movies. You know, like John Cena transcended for sure. He's like The Rock.
Making yourself a bad guy and having the lost revenue of T-shirt sales this late in his career is it's pretty admirable.
Look
I
at
think
him.
it's good.
He's doing
it'll
all
be
right,
fun.
though, isn't he?
Oh, he's doing fine. But when you're at that status,
Right.
to purposefully,
Could be tens of millions of dollars.
you know, it's his
mindset.
it's his last year wrestling. So shirts are selling, everything's merch is selling.
can move
It's
back
supposed to be a feel good moment, but then he stuck it to the fans, and now that legitimately does affect your sales because you hear about these guys like Hogan, the big good guys, and they literally don't want to be bad guys because they love that merch paycheck.
But
So I think that's pretty admirable.
but with John Cena,
Yes.
his heel merch will probably sell more than his face merch ever sold.
I don't know. He's
Dude,
such a
hustle, loyalty, respect,
Kids are gonna buy
JK.
more merch. than adults.
Merch eye.
So
He'll sell
it-
some
how
shirts
does that-
with like you and I.
Hold on, everyone.
Okay.
Final guest. He's standing here.
All
He's
right.
waiting. Let's bring him in because he's so beautiful, so handsome. He is the merch guy for this place, co-host of a soon-to-be relaunched for the 4th time show called Dude Podcast. He's also gearing. You're tucking in your shirt, bro? My shirt smells like cigarettes and weed. I noticed that. It hasn't been cleaned in a while.
Okay.
Are you ready? Can we bring you in? His name. John Cena. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Coach number 2. Give him a hand.
There you go, buddy.
Curdy, you're so lucky. You get to sit. Now, what's going to stink more, my gross shirt or your sweaty shirt?
I'll keep you posted.
You know what?
Simon's getting all the good stuff today.
The
Repeating that line.
only my right armpit stinks. Do you want to smell the left one?
I'm good.
Okay, we're not
Because
going
it
to.
doesn't.
I'll let you know.
We're not going to derail this because I know Coach number 1 had a question. Don't forget it. Bring us
Okay.
back, dog. Bring us
Wait.
in. Hold on. Coach 1's bringing it back.
All right.
Go ahead.
This is where Curtis, you're gonna love this because it's another wrestling question. How do wrestlers make money? So, like the good guys, the bad guys, like are they paid by WWE? And if you're a good guy, do you get paid more than the bad guys? Who owns rights for merch? How does that all work?
WWE owns rights for everything. And that's why if you grew up and you were watching like
Way better for everyone.
a wrestler on a
No, why
different
we didn't do
channel who was actually well established, and then he showed up in the WWE one day and he had an absolute ridiculous name, that was because they wanted to own that property.
Mm-hmm.
They actually tried to rename Ric Flair Spartacus because they were like, well, we don't own Ric Flair, so we don't own that name. We can't make money forever off it. And that's why to this day you go to Walmart and you'll see action figures of wrestlers from like the 70s because they own that property and people will still buy toys and shirts with them on because they can still make money. That's why Bret Hart is still Bret Hart because they don't own that and they have to do a deal with him, but he could be Bret Hart everywhere he goes. That's why when the Ultimate Warrior left, he changed his name legally to Warrior.
Yeah.
He changed his name to Warrior
So
because
ridiculous.
he couldn't call himself Ultimate Warrior because the WWE would sue him because they owned that property. So there's all sorts of drastic ways to get around it. However, to answer the second part, if you're a good guy, you sell a lot of merchandise to kids. And as we know, the merchandise is way overpriced. Like a Rey Mysterio mask for a while was like $100.
Yeah.
And every kid, you'd go to an event, a house show in Saskatoon, and every third kid had a $100 Mexican wrestling mask on.
Or a $400 champ belt.
Yeah.
This is insanity.
So if you are a good guy, you will sell more merchandise. But every once in a while, bad guy stuff will catch on, like the Austin 3-6 shirt, teen shirt, or ironically the NWO shirt. But that's only like what teenagers and like 40-year-olds that act like teenagers wear. You will not make as much money as a bad guy on sales. However,
How much? How much does
Hey, the arm's
a
worth it. The arm is fantastic.
how much does
we
a
almost
guy
got
make?
our first concussion.
Yeah, a mouth concussion.
Yeah.
If that was Brando,
I
he
need
would have
one
got
of
conkied for sure.
How much does a guy get from Fortnite for skin purchases of their persona? So like
Oh,
John
that's a good
Cena's skin
question.
purchase on Fortnite was super popular. I don't know if it was free or an achievement. I think it was both, but I think people could always cheat the system and just spend what $9.99.
That
or
was
$10.99.
one
or
of the
something.
Shohei
biggest
just got
issues.
one.
Shohei Otani's
Just-
Shohei
that's-
Otani's on Fortnite.
And I think his dog
Hitting
is too.
bombs.
Decoy's on there too.
Decoy.
That's amazing.
So
That's so sweet.
John Cena did the rounds with Fortnite. I guarantee he made more there, I am assuming, than any merch sales, like for 1 year term on Fortnite or that 6 months. I guarantee he made a lot. So now he's got a new heel thing where his outfit will be black.
Everything will
instead
be
of
different.
green.
His
or
music's
something.
going to change, apparently.
His music will change. So I guarantee he'll see something like Gary said. But yeah, traditionally, right, the heels don't. Like Scary Sherry probably didn't make as
Oh.
much side money as Miss Elizabeth.
She probably...
maybe
Yes.
not on merchandise.
I was going to say, she was one sassy lady. I love Scary Sherry.
Okay.
Hey,
I feel like we're in a barbershop quartet. We're the side singers.
dude, Bread and Butter got shut out 3 times yesterday for you.
Really?
3 times on the All Out Angst podcast.
I'd sing it there. I won't.
Oh, no, this is a professional group right here, not a bunch of degenerates like yesterday. That's how we roll. I'm going to do some housekeeping. I'm getting
Do
better
it.
at this. So we got the new mic up. I don't know if you noticed that at all there, Coach number one, but we put the stand on the back in hopes of it'll help with the quality a little bit when that thing needs to be shared. And it started out really good. Then it got a little bit bad. Then it got great. And I think we're sitting. I just want to do a checkup. How are you guys feeling about that right now? It's our first run with it.
I think it's great. I think a mic can only do so much quality-wise. It's you know,
Do
it's a
up,
50-50 give.
Do up.
If this continues, you know, stuff like this,
Wait till the bread
I
and
don't
butter
know if
comes
we
out.
can
It's coming out
blame the
soon.
mic, but we'll do
That's
our
fair.
best.
All right.
My
So
lip is bleeding.
yeah, it got you. That's fair. Mobly Urente. Check him out. This is my guy right here. Spring into your dream home. Spring is here, and so is your chance to find the perfect home. I got a full-on live read here. I'm so excited for this. We're going to learn a lot about Mobly.
Well, just quit interrupting yourself.
Sorry, it's really fun. This is live. I'm excited. I'm not going to be a professional. No, there's enough professionals out there. There's enough people that never make a mistake. We don't care about those people.
Your
Spring-
voice sounds too professional to not attempt to be.
With mortgage rates coming down, now is the ideal time to buy. Is that a little better? I was trying to make it not my voice. I can't, though. My voice is me. Mobly Urente with TMG, the mortgage group, works with multiple lenders to find the best mortgage for you, saving you time, money, and stress.
That
Here,
multiple
here.
lender thing is key.
Here, here.
It
As
is
well,
huge.
You're not
Well-
trapped.
whether you're self-employed, a first-time buyer, or have credit challenges, he's always there to help with 24/7 personalized support. And the best part, inflection up, the best part, his services are completely free. Plus, he'll continue to assist you long-term with refinancing, renewals, and mortgage strategies.
I take-
Mobly Urente, mortgages made simple.
I take it Mobley your show Ente.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
he probably
So good.
gets paid by the lender. That's probably how he makes his money. Hey?
Interesting. I have no idea.
Or just the goodness of his heart.
Probably doesn't
Just
do it
wants
for
to help
free.
people.
Dude, if he's around these parts, you might be right. Either way, call him or text him anytime, 306-370-5804. We also have ways for you to get your karma up. We end every show here talking about the importance of doing good things and having them happen to you. We have put some in the describes for you. The book right now, the book that changed my life, next to this one, of course, Teams I Swear. This bad boy, You Can't Stop Love, audio version out now. You can check it out. It's an incredible journey into healing, and it's very good for the soul. Highly suggested audiobook. Recorded right here in the Tooth Booth. Shows Dr. Hausman and Associates, the Big Tooth on 2nd Ave. So there's a link to buy that as well. Hockey Helps the Homeless is getting way too close. Our team with Hockey Helps the Homeless, one small step, trying to lead the charge in fundraising as the top fundraising team gets first choice in the draft the night before the big event at Merlis Belcher. And there is a link for you in the describe. So donate to Hockey Helps the Homeless. All the money raised in this city stays in this city, going to the YWCA, Saskatoon Food Bank and Learning Center, as well as the Friendship Inn. So you're literally helping your community by donating here.
How
Very, very
much
cool.
of a donation would it cost me for you guys to draft me first overall?
I'm thinking I might need to draft you to be my ghost skater. Like, we'll just put my jersey on you and put a wig on and send you out there, mic you up. I don't think I can compete with these guys. It's going to be rough.
No, it's
I haven't
pretty
sharpened my
chill.
skates in 5 years. You say it's chill. Ryan Screwlin, Brad May, Matthew Barnaby all said, yeah, it's chill until it's time to play. Last couple minutes, it's not chill. That's when I get the
But
hell
they
off the ice.
all have control of their bodies still.
Yeah.
I mean, you go play rec hockey and you
Oh, I
have
see
the
what you're saying.
worry of playing against someone that doesn't have control of their edges.
I use
or-
that line
you know
with
what I mean?
them.
So it's like, it'll be chill.
With all three of those guys, I use the line of, yeah, we just have a big saying with the Flamingos that is basically, hey, we all have families and a job to go to tomorrow. Like, maybe not try to fight me in D-League. And all the boys loved it. Like, yeah, that's good.
It's a good one.
That's what we do. And our final donate in the describes is for our buddy Callum, who is in his new chair, thanks to our friends with the Kinsmen, as well as Telemiracle hooking him up. And he is now looking to fund a lift to go up and down the stairs in his new place. So all those opportunities are there for you. Hey, Coach, I'm I saw your brother was doing some more cool stuff with the Kinsmen. You see that, or are you not supporting your brother?
Yeah,
with the
he's
Kinsmen?
been.
Ouch.
Yeah, no. He's been there for a while, I think.
He's crushing it.
See him on the on TV commercial. He sends through and says, "Check out this guy," and then he tries to get his kids in there as well. But yeah, I think he's been involved that for a number of years. Loves it.
has.
They seem to be doing a good job.
Whenever they do the
don't know
hospital
if-
home, whenever they do the hospital home lottery, I'd always see him at the events, and we'd always check it. I didn't know he grew his hair out. He looks amazing. He's got that nice long flow now. He looks incredible. Shout out to Shane.
Have you seen Steven's hair?
No, I haven't seen any pictures of Stevie in a while.
And
Is it longer
you
than
gotta
Shane?
check him out on social media.
Okay,
I
we're gonna
don't.
get some
I don't.
pictures for next
I'd be
week.
curious to see what you think of that. Now, I'm just gonna say just a little feedback here because you got the new microphones.
Yeah.
Just got to make sure you boys are leaning into the mic because when Coach Kamatu was speaking, you couldn't really hear him that well.
I have a funny story about a guy that used to work at Sears.
Lean in.
So there's a guy that used to work at Sears. Oh, I can hear myself now.
Yeah, I see what
So
you're
that's a
saying.
lot of
There
phenom
you
work.
go.
You got to actually push it in there.
It's
So
called
there's-
Ride in the Pots.
There we go. I got a thumbs up. He's like, thanks. My job's easier. So when I was looking for a lawnmower, my wife and I went to Sears. AJ, we went to Sears when it was a thing, and we went to the hardware section or the tools and yard supply section, and there was that right beside the couches, funny enough. And we go there, and there was a guy working there, real nice guy, but I didn't know if he was punking us or not, but he came up, and he wasn't a loud talker. But I was just like, hey, we're looking at this snapper version, or we're also looking at this. What could you tell us about this lawnmower? And he's like, well, so those are things on the floor, and there's a motor. And
That's how you end up wearing a puffy shirt.
I just watched that episode.
And I looked at my wife, AJ. I looked at my wife, and we knew that this was a situation where like we can't laugh because that's rude, but we're not going to get any help from this guy, and he's going to get a commission because we're already had our mind set up. We're trying to get a little bit more this thing. So so when I have it here, that's probably what it sounds like to you right now. I need to put it. That's what I'm saying. That guy needed a microphone.
Now, it would have
That
been.
was
How did you respond? Like it would be
2008.
great if you did the complete opposite and turn it into the loud talker.
Well, we did. Yeah, you try to pull it out of some people sometimes. I noticed you probably do that too. I'm a soft talker sometimes, or not an eye looker. You're talking to someone and you're just going about, they ask you a question, you're not giving them your undivided attention, so the eye contact's not there. You're looking down, this, and then someone's just like looking at you even more intently, like you should be looking at me when you're talking to me. Yeah, eye contact is key.
You know, one thing you
got me.
did miss last week, Curtis, is that the three of us auditioned to narrate this beautiful
the
audio.
audio
book.
version
Yes.
of
Now, we haven't heard
AJ's
yet
book.
from Coach which one of us he's chosen to
Gotcha.
provide the Canadian accent version, but
Yeah.
I think it's only fair that if you want to give us a paragraph.
Give him it's got to be random. Just a random
Yeah.
page. No, you can't pick and choose. That's picking and choosing.
With over 20 years of corporate experience in health, travel, and general insurances, pharmaceuticals, oil and gas, and beverages, he's worked with marketing, sales, and joint venture management. I feel like a lot of us work in joint venture management here.
I think
Yeah.
you sound a lot like a guy who's about to bring out a stripper.
He,
That's what I'm hearing right now.
wow, is that what it sounds like?
Maybe
Okay, I'll switch it up again. He also somehow ended up in Cameroon coaching for Major League Baseball. Across all of his experiences, Adrian has seen the best and the worst when it comes to team working together to drive outstanding results. Can I just say, I have a freaking book too that nobody talks about on here. All these books get love. Oh, there's so much good vibes and it's doing so much good. You know what? My book has bad vibes and it's not helping anyone. But we could read from it too once in a while. Like it exists. It exists. I sold it to a real publishing house, and it just collects dust here.
Welcome.
It props up one of these table legs.
Here we go.
It's fine.
Come on, put it up. Put it up.
Welcome
Wait,
to.
I would like to say that I built these tables and they're perfectly level. So that's not true.
I haven't done anything. I got nothing. We have three authors.
Well,
I've never written any.
No?
I've
So it's you
written
and me,
like
bro.
1,000 newspaper columns and
Nothing like
ignore
this.
it.
but nothing
That's
like
fair.
that. No. I remember
All right.
very well when Curtis was going through the writing process of that.
Check it.
Wait a second.
Gina.
Your
Fran-
name's CJ?
yeah.
when he's writing. It's a ghostwriter name. Ghost
So
writer.
CJ, instead of, like Avatar Anderson, that
Yeah.
works. And CJ Anderson,
Yeah.
CJ Avatar Anderson.
I don't know what you're getting at. I just want to get into this.
I'll call you CJ now. That's a nickname.
Okay.
My Simon can definitely talk to how my coworkers took the brunt of my writing experience because I stayed up for days at a time fueled on coffee and anger writing this book.
I'm gonna just go
and
to a
I would
page.
I would show up, and I was probably pretty tough to deal with some days because I was angry. But you suffer for your art, right?
Exactly.
Dude.
You suffer for your art.
I'm just amazed that a loser like me is hanging out with 3 different actual authors. That's pretty cool. Okay, surround yourself with people that are smart. That's what I try to do.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go. A little snippet from C.J. Anderson's classic, Gina French.
Be careful, buddy.
Yeah, I was
It's
just
not a
gonna
waste
say.
of
Be careful. I don't know,
Do a
man.
sneak peek with the
I think
eyeballs
let's
first.
talk baseball, everyone. Let's talk baseball.
Here we go. The cigarette was, unsurprisingly, almost done.
And we're good. Okay.
15
You're
more
s-
cabins,
You're seriously
that's-
making me uncomfortable,
maybe
man.
16, seemed plausible. With lighter in hand, she readied herself for the follow-up smoke. She snapped the flame to life. Her arms swayed to the rhythm of the silence. The flame's tiny orange dot multiplied on the reflective objects in the
I'll let you
darkness around her. What was she getting into there? Besides chain smoking darts?
You'll have
Gotta
to read
buy
the
a
whole
book.
thing, man. Buy the
Buy the book. I think I'm just gonna, in my free time around here, I'm just gonna start making audio versions of this one, and I'm just gonna give them to you guys as gifts. Like, here you
I
go.
would
Here's an
love
audio
that.
book. Let's see how it goes.
That's a great
we
idea.
have
I had
done
an-
the.
Go ahead.
I was
Oh,
gonna
wait,
say
my
we've done
turn.
the Field of Dreams read.
Yes. You want to
I
get
re-
into more reads?
I reckon the C.J. Anderson read could become almost maybe a monthly activity where we just kind of feed a little bit out there, throw a few carrots, and see what we can do for book sales.
You can't hear Phenom losing it in the booth right now. He thinks this is so hilarious that. Are you just laughing, Phenom, because the book is going to be impossible to read on the air? Is this like one of those things? Is this like a dark secret in the family? Like, has your child read this book?
I hope not. I hope not. I don't know.
He's an
Maybe he
adult.
has.
Okay.
Maybe he's gone down to our the Anderson family bookshelf that has like 5 books on it, and
That's fair. Thank you for joining us on our support local authors segment of the All the Way Around table.
Seriously, pick it up.
Really good stuff.
Yeah,
Very happy to have it here.
So what's that? What's the thing where you could pay people to send messages again? What's that?
You got me signed up on that.
I did, but we haven't utilized it yet.
I don't even know how it works.
Oh, the
Actually, that's not true.
Cameo thing?
So I had a dream, AJ, that we'd get Gary hooked up for Cameo, and then we could all pay to send birthday wishes to people, but it would go through Gary and the show, and we'd all have. That was one idea, and then I thought you could also do chapter by chapter requests. So it's just like I'd like to hear Gary read chapter 3 of C.J. Anderson's compelling novel. What's it called?
Gina French.
Gina
Is
French.
Not
Not a waste of a
a
roof.
waste of roofies.
Roofies.
French.
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
I got one of those. What was it? Cameos?
Cameo.
Cameos?
Yeah.
Dalton Castle.
Nice.
Big C got me Dalton Castle for my birthday. He goes, "Hello, Gary." It was so good. And he was puffing out his chest. I just love the peacock so much. That's my guy. Top cock. He's
Can I
he's the
do?
peacock.
Can I do? It wouldn't be a reset, just a slight rewind.
I love it.
We've been talking about having special guests on the show, or Adrian's been talking about bringing other people in, almost like an interviewer, just to join the
You're gonna
chaos.
say
and get
almost
to
like
know
an
people.
intervention.
I would almost like that, but I'd almost like to see the interaction between all the Belargins.
Ooh,
So if
I wanna
like
get
if
the
we
hair
could sub
together.
in
I want to get all
the
the
two
hair in.
Belargins someday,
think
like
that'd
I
be
don't know how that works. Do you talk to your brothers?
Clearly not enough. He doesn't know how the flow's looking.
Yeah. So could you send them a message? Say, hey, would any day, particularly Wednesdays, at the awkward time of 4 p.m. work?
We can promote
For
the
you
Kinsman.
guys.
We can promote the Kinsman.
There we go.
I'm not here next week.
That's
Next week
right.
would be great.
Boo. I hate it when you're not here.
Why don't
Sorry.
you? But you hate
Too
Belargins?
sad. Yeah, he's
Take
leaving.
advantage of
Come
the
right
day
out and
I'm
say
not
it.
He
here.
heard the other
Yeah.
Belargins were coming. And he's like, "Not for me. I'm out of
I'm gonna
here."
go.
In
to-
my mind, there's only one
blame
Belarjon.
him.
I don't need any others.
We
That's
are very
right,
committed to
Simon.
this family
That's
on
right.
the all the way around table. Okay, we didn't get much in. We got a lot to get to. Like, we've just been shooting the shit for way too long.
Sure
yeah,
have.
work
It's all
that out. Figure it out. This is the test run here, fellas. So I want to make sure everything works.
I swear this
Well.
never happens.
Rosebud, Mornington Peninsula. I found a bunch of, you made me go through all of my old Australia pictures. I found so many. Just hilarious, hilarious pictures. And the one Maze sent to the group chat, that was out front, on the front step of the hostel. That I couldn't get a name of it, so I couldn't find the hostel in Rosebud that we stayed at. I wish we could have. How's my old town looking? Everyone there still cool? Everything all hip and nice? Like, how many hostels are in Rosebud?
7.
Yeah, so you probably saw it.
Oh
No?
yeah, I'm sure I did. We did go to Ocean's Fish and Chips. I don't know if that was
Ooh.
there when you were around on the
Doesn't ring a
the main
bell. I was
drag.
pretty drunk the whole time though, so I was having a lot of problems remembering landmarks.
Well, I suspect though, fish and chips, 2 o'clock in the morning sounds pretty good.
Could happen. And the
Right,
one
so,
thing I do remember about that place was most of the town is all basically right on the ocean. Hey, like it doesn't go back too far into the actual hillside, so it's not that big of a sort of vacation spot.
It's probably expanded a little bit since you've been here last,
Yes,
but
yes.
just to give all of our viewers and listeners an idea of what a beach town in Australia is like. It is there's the ocean,
Mhm.
there's the beach,
Mhm.
then there's like a 4-lane highway, 2 going one way, 2 going the other with a meridian in the middle, and then on the other side is like all the shops.
Everything.
So everything from fruit shops, there's a Woolies there. It is, I'm going to say, at least a kilometer strip of
That's what I
shops where
remember.
people can go, and that's where they would go. So it's really easy. You're on the beach, you're sitting around, you're in the water, you want to go get a
Just
bite
walk
to
down.
eat, go get a drink. There's a couple pubs on the corner there. So it's a little bit different than saying being at Waskasiu or
Yeah.
Jackfish Lake
Look at 'em
or
go
anything
local.
like that.
Nice.
Love that.
Yeah.
Very well done.
My wife grew up in Waskasiu. Just a little bit of trivia there for you,
Nice.
Coach.
Like living there?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was my second place, man. I know you guys go there all the time. The
Son of a pro golfer or a
Son of people who worked for the parks.
The Nickel family spent
Daughter of people
so
who worked
much.
for the parks.
right? Yeah. Sorry.
We got you.
was
Either
my
way, it
fault.
works. Cedar Village, Skyline Motel in Cedar Village. My Uncle Jimmy owned all that. So every summer, the Nickel family head down to Waskasiu. We get our 2 weeks in the big, giant number 8 cabin in Cedar Lodge. And we set up shop, man, and we run wild, dude. That place was, I still don't understand how literally every night you would go out there when you were a kid. There was a party in every single cook kitchen, a party in like every cabin that was sort of close to wherever people were. Like there was parties every single, those poor COs. Like they had no hope of catching anybody because the whole town was drunk off its face running around. It was crazy.
Did you ever stay at Baker's Bungalows?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Stayed at all of them.
So Mr. Baker, this is a good story. Mutual friend and ex-coworker Matthew Prefontaine and his boys got a little tipsy one night and took Mr. Baker's golf cart and drove it into the lake.
Did Mr. Baker
There's a
find
lot of
out?
moving parts to that joke because you have to know Prefontaine and you have to know Mr. Baker. Oh, he found out and he booted their car until they
That's a sweet move.
took the golf cart to PA and had it fixed and brought it back. So the story's funny up till then.
You know what we're gonna do? Maybe next week.
Telethon,
When you're not here, no,
fundraiser for his golf
We're
cart.
gonna do Waskasiu stories. 'Cause-
You know what though? I was just thinking. I don't think I'm here next week either.
Uh-oh.
Well, then I guess we'll wait till you're back.
Yes.
I remember the first time the
My
fastest.
wife could probably come on. She's
Yeah.
around.
we're staying at Big C's cabin out there right by the golf course,
Yep.
and I had a Mickey of Long Island iced tea and a 2-liter of beer, and I was like, I'm a man. Everybody, watch how quick I chug this Mickey, and I took it, and I chugged it, and I think it was about 12 seconds down. I'm like, man, I don't even feel it. I'm so good at drinking. Give me that 2-liter of beer. I chug half of the bottle, so a liter of beer on top of that. And then they say, okay, let's go walk down the breakwater. And I'll never forget it. Every step I got close to the breakwater, got more dizzy until we finally got there. And I was crawling from the sand up onto the concrete of the breakwater just to get there. And then I got to the top and just honked. And then I went over to the lookout of the breakwater and honked off there. Then I honked all the way back. It was a lot of honking. I was like gonzo out there. Horrible stuff, but great story.
Yeah.
I learned very quickly. We actually had a timer. It was like 11.9 seconds. I was the coolest guy for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the biggest loser. Which
And
is
you
usually
had,
what
and
happens
then
with
you
drinking.
had Colton's just scowl.
Flags fly forever. Gary.
Sober Big C.
Yeah.
Sober Big C is always saving me.
He's always judging.
That's my guy. I
I
love,
love him.
He's
That's
so
Colton
sick.
Wall.
Big C.
Colton
Oh, good
Wall.
old Colton Wall.
Everyone knows
Yeah,
Colton
we all
Wall.
know Colton.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him and Arnie in here to do I told you that before.
Yeah. Good
working
luck.
record store stories back in the day. 'Cause they used
Once
to
we
work
get
at the
this
record
place
store.
mobile, you might have to go to
We'll
him.
go to them. I think
Yeah.
we will. That's what we'll do. Okay.
Pry all
Baseball.
the
Yeah.
Baseball. Here you go. Go.
I
go
want
baseball.
to get into this because I didn't even know this was happening.
Baseball?
Not the baseball, but the stuff you told me about the Yankees.
Ah,
don't know how the Cubs are doing.
Hold on. Do the Blue Jays have a shot at winning the AL East? Is this what I'm hearing?
I think 5 teams have a shot at winning the AL East.
Not the Yankees.
I mean, they're still
I've got some info. Tell them what.
Garrett Cole
Gone.
for the season.
Very
we might
important
not
piece.
see him till like the All-Star break of 2026.
It's a bad one. Older.
Luis
time to do
Heel, gone.
Gone.
Reigning American League Rookie of the Year, gone for 3 months at least. Giancarlo Stanton
Gone.
somehow has destroyed both of his elbows.
Swings too hard. I've been saying it for
Swings
years.
too
Too
hard.
big. Swings too hard.
You don't need to hit the home run 600 feet. They
No.
still count if they go 375.
Chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's how it goes.
So
Who
yeah,
else is hurt?
we have
Was it-
no idea how long he's out for.
Like we're
I
talking
mean,
serious centerpieces of a league favorite.
TJ LeMahieu, no one knows when he's coming back.
His former batting title.
Former Cub came up with the Cubs.
Yes, he did.
Traded him to the Rockies for Tyler Colvin? No, Tyler Colvin went to the Rockies. Doesn't matter. I've derailed this even too far for this show. Ian Stewart, that's who it was.
I still can't believe you get there. That's so freaking cool. Coach number 1, what's your thoughts on the Yankees? Are they still going to Yankee or is this going to yank them back?
Yeah, that's too much to come back from. But who knows? They might make that midseason trade for Vladdy, which would then just
Whoa,
bumps
don't
the
be
growth.
gross.
now, hey
don't
now.
be gross. No.
No,
Big
that wouldn't
reaction
even
on that
be.
one.
I mean, if you know what, if their offer was the best, then that's an option. Do you know the Vladdy rumors that
Fill
came
us
out?
in. This is why we're here. We're again,
Well, they're
This is good.
Hold on,
there's
reset.
vague. It's
Reset.
vague.
Reset.
Why?
Wednesday edition of your show right here with the all the way around table. We got coach number 1 on the Zoom from Not His Anti-Fresco in Australia, Curtis Anderson. We got coach number 2. And we got Simon Hyatt, Shaw, Stripped Down, Dude, podcast, author. Go ahead. Tell us about Vladdy.
I've lost interest. Like
You said something about 50 million bucks or something, Vladdy.
John Cena is turning heel. So Vladdy Guerrero Jr. allegedly. Now
Have to
the
say
reports are varying. They
This better not
always
be
are.
bad
And it's
news.
supposed to be.
Don't
it's,
bring bad news.
it's supposed to be. These should be private conversations, but sometimes people hint at things, and I think the
Not in
Jays are
today's
maybe
world.
trying to save face, so they weren't going to release how much their offer was, but allegedly it was in the sum of $500 million. Might have been for 12 to 14 years. There might have
Yeah.
been
A
deferrals.
lot of deferred money. I
lot
think
of
was
deferred
what-
money.
yeah.
So
The
real
Shohei
money,
special.
real money
Yeah.
might have been 375 to 425, but it was still similar to Shohei Ohtani, which before Soto, those would be the 2 AL guys that you would have
Comparisons.
compared
Yeah.
to, and one doesn't pitch, and neither does the other one, but he might again this year. But so that was the sum, and then it's looking that Vladdy wanted about $500 in present day money, just like no deferrals, and so really they were only about $50 million apart, and they couldn't get it done. So you hate a little bit of the Blue Jays on that, but also like what is Vladdy doing? He wants to test the market no matter what. So
Dude.
let him go test the market. I think my prediction is he's going to go there, and his market value for a first baseman that's okay on defense is electric.
Gold gloves, just okay?
Does he get Gold Gloves every year?
Well, he has one.
He's great. That's great 1 year.
That's great defense, is it not? It's better than
I don't
okay.
know.
I think
I don't know if you look at averages. It's not. He hasn't been great except for that year. He was better than the other options.
I feel like you're
there.
spitting in his face when
Not
you
spitting in
say
his face.
he's okay defensively when he could be like, actually, here's an award saying I'm the best at my position on defense.
For which year?
Who cares?
I guess, yeah. So, like, who cares what he's going to bring to the table? He doesn't bring elite defense.
Coach number 1, can you help me out here? I feel like I'm talking to a door.
Yeah, Curtis and I were just having a conversation there. You'll have to pick that up maybe on the replay. Vladdy. Well, here's what I want to know is how do they leak these things? Like if it's the
Right.
the Blue Jays front office, is Atkins going, why did Vladdy make that $600 million comment? That's it. Where's Shy from Sportsnet? Hey, guess what?
Yeah.
We offered around
That,
450.
that is how it works.
Like, don't tell anybody.
I can
No.
Or is it
It
just
wouldn't. That's not how it would
I
be.
can
It wouldn't be
confirm-
Atkins himself. It would be someone.
lackeys that can't
Some
be traced back
lackeys.
to them. Yes,
Yeah.
I can confirm this. I've talked to a very, very, very credible source about how these things work. I can't reveal names, but I can tell you that one is a huge mentor in my life. And
His name's Drew.
No, I'm not saying names. And he talked about a certain coach that was in the mix for a signing possibility. And the media went through a couple people, including him, to work out the narrative that would be set out to the media before it was put out there. There was like, hey, are you okay to come on and say this about this person? Yeah, sure, of course I will. And that's sort of how it goes. Everyone's helping each other. Is what it is.
The
I don't get that.
negotiations are far too.
Yeah, it's greasy.
involved
It's
in the
very
media.
greasy. It's
Yeah.
very greasy. Is my point. Like that, it is happening. We can confirm.
But you also want your potential suitors or your competitors to know that you mean business on this player, and they also want to know this is where these negotiations at. So if you want to offer a contract, you got to step it up to this amount, and they think it saves time. All I'm going to say is I think Vladdy's going to go to the market. I won't even talk skill because you'll just derail me. All I'm saying is he's going to go, and his value will be $425 million. I guarantee there'll be teams that offer a winning chance. So it's like it's 375 on paper, but for you, you're going to go to the World Series for the next 10 years, or arguably you could go that much. So do you value winning? Here's your offer. Then there's going to be an offer for 410. There's going to be an offer for 425, and then he's going to be like, oh crap, I'll come back to the Jays for your $500 million offer, or somewhere in the middle, and he'll come back to the Jays.
How many times are we going to have to sit here and do this whole back and forth with all this garbage talk before we realize that we cannot take the current management in Toronto seriously due to the fact that not only are they never in on these deals that they say they are supposedly in on, they're being used as a tool for other teams to prop up prices and basically make fun of an organization that we all love so much. Like people are just saying, well, Toronto's going to give us this, so you better give us this. And then Toronto's like, yeah, I guess we would. But never, ever was there even a 1% chance of those people going to Toronto. Like it's just, they're like the laughing stock of the league, it feels like.
You say that, but then like even though the performance base of George Springer hasn't been there due to injuries, but they did land George Springer.
Yeah, they didn't get Bradley.
Brantley? No,
Brantley?
he decided to go back, and they didn't offer him what he wanted, and he got a 1-year deal.
But he was coming there with Springer. That was the deal.
Always there, just like
this is what I'm saying.
Just like Scherzer was coming only if Pete showed up. But guess what? Scherzer's here because they paid him the most money. Yeah. That guy's making money from 3 different teams. By the way,
smart.
This year, that's
Very
super
smart.
fun. They do get some guys.
Yeah.
They get some guys, and I think they were in. Like, I think they were legitimate suitors for Shohei. I think they were legitimate suitors, maybe not to the same degree for Soto, but I think they were in.
We can agree to disagree.
I feel like we would have heard it.
But what is the management supposed to do, Gary? The agents call them, or hey, we've expressed some interest. Yep, let's have a talk. They're going to go, come on, you're pulling our leg. We don't want to talk to you.
You go out and you put in the biggest over-the-top offer you possibly can, so you can show people, hey, we really did try. We did. We were $100 million above. But
I think that's how Juan Soto got to $750 million.
And that sort of leads to my point too. People using Toronto as a strong arm.
Well, that's not Toronto's fault.
But this is what.
No.
Okay. What I'm
right.
getting. Do you think Toronto knows this is happening? Do you think you know they're being used? Do you think management is smart enough to pick up on that?
I mean, I think if you're Toronto, if you're the people that are running the Toronto Blue Jays, the only thing you can focus on is trying to make the Toronto Blue Jays better and spending a ton of money to do that and keep on making these offers. And at some point, you have to stop making offers if it gets ridiculous. But
to
I
Gary's
think
credit,
the Jays are making good faith efforts to improve their team.
Right. The problem is, to Gary's credit, you make these good faith offers and you put your name out there and you raise the value of these contracts where these guys are going elsewhere, but you also have 2 stars that you need to sign yourself. So the higher that value goes, the higher you're going to have to spend on the guys that if you just let these guys walk that you're probably not in on anyway for 600 or 500 or whatever you raise the bar to, you could have probably signed Bichette and Vladdy for the amount of money that you wanted to in the first place because you didn't drive the market up. So
I mean, the Jays don't operate in a vacuum, though. There's 29 other teams that are also doing these things.
That is true.
Like
That's a
these
very
are
good
prices
point.
are going
There's
up.
not 29 other teams that are doing
Ah,
Well,
this.
that's
there's
a good
many other teams
There's
that are
7.
The
So
big,
there's
big
7,
dogs,
and if
yeah.
you're one of
Milwaukee
2
Brewers.
and the other
Yeah.
6 are out,
He's yours.
fold as well. Okay, you got him for a bargain. Hey, this is what market value is. And you don't have a guy that's like, I want 700. Well, maybe he says, I want 500, but I'll settle for 4, and he's signed. That's all.
Do you actually think Toronto had the money to sign a Soto and Ohtani?
Oh, they got the money.
You actually think they
Oh,
did?
yeah.
They're Ohtani will print
Look at
money.
your cable bill.
He's
From
got
that side, yes. I
mean-
feel that. But I mean, as an organization, because the second those guys sign elsewhere, that money disappears too. It's like, well, we had the money, but not really. Only if we got that guy.
But yeah, only if you have that guy.
Yeah.
Like, does Soto is
This is
not
my
Soto,
point. Don't
is
tease the
Ohtani,
money
is
that you
Ohtani
can
on
spend on your
Fortnite
guys.
because he's in LA? Does
Yeah.
Ohtani have a cartoon written about him because he's in LA?
Yeah.
And a Japanese cartoon because of LA, or
Yeah.
because of Japan, or would he still have those
He's a
things anyway?
superstar no matter
He's a superstar
where.
no matter what.
Transcending.
He's a unicorn.
He's
Exactly.
Babe Ruth.
So
yeah. Sexy
the
Babe
money
Ruth.
follows that. The ticket, the jersey and merch sales don't just go all to Ohtani. Like if Blue Jays are on the front,
I get all that.
You'd make so much money off.
We're
that guy.
sitting here arguing about Vladdy's contract. We're talking about Bo's contract. My point is, if you had the money to get a Shohei or a Soto, use that money and sign these guys. Stop acting like we don't actually have the money. That's
All that
that's what I
being-
hear from them.
All that being said, I do think the Jays, if they met in the middle, throw in another $25 million, Vlad, meet us there, get it done.
Right.
And they should do that. I'll agree with you on that.
Just get it done, man. Like,
I
this
mean-
is such a joke.
Like if you want to
Well, here's the thing.
put
though.
it in a vacuum, go ahead.
Sorry, mate.
Who's that guy on
delay
C95
kills
though?
us,
Who's
doesn't
that guy on C95? That guy that talks all the time.
My good buddy
Rob
Tim.
Susky.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Tim Stone, my favorite.
Not Susky, but yeah, Tim Stone.
that's my
So
dude.
it's like if you had unlimited budget, you're hosting Dude Podcast with Tim Stone. You don't. You have it with me, and we've had 4 episodes.
The
so I'm
best
just saying.
episodes. Only 3 were posted.
I think I had
Still
a point
upset
there.
about it. Well, actually, coach number 1 was going to say something.
Who's Tim
What is
Stone
it?
in this equation?
You know what we haven't heard? I know Curtis is just chomping at the bit to get in here. What's going on with Bo Bichette? Like we have heard very, very little about what the plan is with him. Is he just going to get pissed and say, "You know what?
Did you
guys aren't
enjoy
even-
your time there with the microphone, Curtis?
AJ, you know what's going on with him? To Gary's credit again, we have a management that only sees value when guys prove it.
When
they
they're
don't
good.
give. They don't, There's zero risk. They're so calculated that they only will offer something when the numbers are there. Which
Same reason they pulled
seems
Kikuchi in the playoffs.
But you never win on those deals unless you get the bargains, unless you take a chance, right? So they want value always. He's market value. We want to pay market value with anybody, but sometimes you got to win and lose. Certain contracts, like George Springer, they took a calculated risk and paid a little bit for George Springer, and has it been a little bit? Bichette at worst will be the 10th best shortstop in the league for the next 10 years, or at best maybe he's number 4, number 5. But there's still, you can find the value, you can predict that value ahead of time. You don't have to wait for him to prove it, and then all of a sudden he's the best shortstop this year, and then you're going to pay for the best shortstop rather than paying for the guy that he's probably going to be, which is the 5th or 6th best shortstop.
The biggest piss off of that entire situation is the longer you sit here and spin your tires, the more not only do you look stupider, that's the right word, but also you're pissing off your franchise players. Like there should be a point where management says, okay, you guys are clearly our future. We're not going to get anyone better than you up here to play in Canada. So what we're going to do is pay you what you're worth, and then we're going to go win a World Series. Instead, it's back and forth, and it's business, and it's so stupid because this could have been figured out a long time ago, and they could have got deals for these guys. Like you could have locked these guys in while they were slumping, while they're having an off year like Bo, or you could have locked them in once they're coming up again like Vladdy. There's been so many opportunities to avoid this situation, and now here we are. How many days later, still talking about how dumb management is for letting this linger for so long. Nobody's going to win. All that does is create more anger and more pissed off players, and it's just so stupid to me. Keep your house tight. Keep your people happy. Don't piss off your team.
Clean your toilets.
Clean your toilets.
So who's winning the AL East?
Clean your
Oh,
toilet.
Toronto.
All right.
Toronto,
You know what,
obviously.
too? I think Bo is a guy who. Do you remember when they called up Vladdy to the majors? Then they called up Biggio.
Mhm.
And Bo was the last one of those three to get
three.
called up. And when he wasn't called up, he said in the media, he's like, I don't get why I'm not up here. Like, I'm good enough. I should be up there. So he's always had, you could say, a chip on his shoulder, or he's had that confidence. And I think now, like, again, I don't hear him in any of the conversations. To your point, Gary, I think he's just going to go, you know what? Screw you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
hitting
what-
free agent.
That's what I'm
and
feeling like now.
if I
This
get
is what I
20
mean.
million more, I'm going over here.
Yeah.
See ya.
And why wouldn't he? Like this team has proven over and over they don't give a shit about him. He's one of the best shortstops of the last 5 years in all of baseball. I don't care who you are. Look at the numbers. It's there. Why wouldn't you lock someone like that down instead of continuing to make them feel like they're unappreciated and treat them like garbage? It's so stupid to me. It's bad business. I'm ranting again.
So who's running?
Curtis,
the
Curtis,
There are
what's
some big
bring us
feelings
home
here today. I've enjoyed this. I have no idea what's going on, but people have strong feelings one way or the other, and that's good TV.
Here
That's
it
good
is.
discussion. I
Here it
enjoyed
is.
this. I love it. I'm serious. This was good stuff.
We're starting with you. Who's winning the AL East?
I don't even know what that is.
It's the Blue Jays division. Give them the options. Here we go.
Tampa Bay Rays, future Montreal Expos reincarnate. Okay,
You're
Tampa
just
Bay
muddying
Rays.
the waters.
got it.
Okay.
The Baltimore Orioles, hot and young. Okay,
Hot and young.
we got the Boston Red Sox, kind of a resurgent
Old-
team.
old
good,
and hot.
good,
Old and hot.
old and hot.
Yeah.
Bounce back and youth blended.
Mhm.
You got the Yankees that made it to the show, like the
World
actual
Series.
show
Mhm.
last year, but are now suffering with injuries.
Big
and
time.
then you have the lost and found Boston,
Toronto
Toronto
Blue
Blue Jays.
Who's he got?
Who do you got?
Curtis Anderson.
Well, we've been talking about him for the last 20 minutes, so I'm going to go with the Blue.
The Baltimore Orioles. Good call. He said the Baltimore Orioles.
Curtis
I
Anderson,
heard
big Gunnar Henderson guy.
Yeah, Blue Jays. Someone had Boba Fett, and
Cade
I don't know who that
Povich.
was.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's him.
so good. Can't
Okay.
stop that guy.
Coach number one. Who you got? Who's taking the AL East?
the Toronto Blue Jays.
Whoa!
Solidarity.
He looks very confident too. I love that, Coach.
I mean, I can't disagree with CJ Anderson. He thinks Baltimore is going to do it. So I'm.
It's not C.J. Wilson. Don't want you to be confused.
You know, it's so mixed. You
drops are
could
so
like,
good.
it could be Boston.
Yeah.
It could be New York.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to want to do it again.
There's a reason they call it the toughest division.
It
in
won't be
baseball.
Tampa.
But
But it
that's what
could
they
be.
always. But that's what they
But it
always
won't
say
be.
about Tampa. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's just normal.
That
they
for
did
them.
stadium
nothing.
situation's
Yeah.
really going to be working.
They did
against
nothing this
them.
year. Yeah, they did nothing.
What's the deal? Are they getting them out of there this year?
What?
Couple
They're
They're
Canada?
going to be
deal.
playing at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, the Yankees spring training
gonna say,
stadium.
this
That's,
is like
that's
a-
where they're
oh
playing.
my
So
God.
they're going to have to deal with rain and
Oh,
heat.
the Trop got
Their
jacked
pitchers
up,
are going to
right?
get rocked.
Didn't the Trop get hurricaned hard?
Yeah, it got destroyed by
Yeah.
hurricane.
Oh my God, I totally.
I would
forgot about that.
say all-time fall from grace this year for the Rays. It's going to be
Well, yeah, that setup alone, having that be your home field,
yeah,
playing
they're
home field
going
in a
to
spring
lose so many
training
games.
place. Yeah, that's gross.
It's a nice, like as spring training stadiums go. I've been there. It's really nice. But
Well, yeah, because it's got
not like-
Steinbrenner's name on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Just
I don't
no
think
sideburns allowed.
I don't think they'll fall like you know who impressed me last year with was the A's because I thought they were going to win 20 games and they
They'll
won
be
like,
fun this year.
They won 70 and they have this. It
Just
works.
don't call
like
them
the whole-
Sacramento.
like only spending $40 million on an entire team, it still works because there's so much talent
Yeah.
in
Coming up.
baseball, and there's so much talent
many
coming
minor
up.
league
You
teams,
can
yeah.
you can
Big pool.
compete with tempered expectations. The thing that sucks is when you spend a ton of money and you want a championship and then you fall down from grace. But all I'm going to say is Rays are going to be god awful this year.
Phenom's,
not
Phenom's
White
playing
Sox.
you out.
Well,
He's
then
giving
that's
you the
AJ.
Taking the Red
Oscars.
Sox to win the East.
What did I even get to ask you? Simon is taking the Red Sox.
I'm concerned who their closer is going to be because both Aroldis Chapman and Liam Hendricks have been terrible in spring training. Other than
Yeah.
that, those Red Sox are good. Garrett Crochet is
Okay.
going to win the Cy Young Award.
Ooh, I bet you there's some good money on that.
I bet you that might be.
I might look in that. You know, I was looking at Bowden Francis for a number on him to win a Cy Young this year, and he wasn't even on the docket.
My wife is a very good crochet artist, and I thought that she was actually thinking at Christmas time how she could crochet a little knickknacks and join the club.
Knickknacks,
So I'm
paddywhacks.
gonna get her on that.
That's a great.
Maybe a crochet of Garrett Crochet.
That would be awesome.
Is that his name?
Oh, that's his music.
Someone's sending.
I thought someone remixed this.
I
There was
thought-
this weird beat coming.
I
up.
thought we were getting
someone was
a
on
Morse
the
code
side.
SOS.
That's
signal.
amazing.
I was
Toronto,
like, the Phenom was so
Toronto Blue
bored
Jays.
this last hour, he remixed Frankie's fingers.
very well done. Toronto Blue Jays is the right answer. They will win the AL East. And then they'll get rid of all their best players next year, and it'll be great.
Go
Jays,
Orioles
Jays.
had one
Go
starting
Jays,
pitcher,
go.
they would win the AL East.
There it is. I love talking with you guys.
Now,
It's always so much fun.
speaking of winners,
Yeah.
can I finish with a couple comments on Gina French is not a waste of roofies.
Yes.
Hit me.
We're going to go over the piano, so don't worry about Frankie's stopping. Let's go. Special overtime. Coach number 1, you have the floor.
All right, here it is. This is a review online. I don't think it was meant for everybody. It's a dark, emotionally intense novel that has a profound understanding of all that is ugly about the human condition. It defends ideas that will never be accepted by the masses. But this book has clarity of purpose. It's a cult novel that understands its nature and that will forever haunt its readers.
And you want me to read that, bro?
Was that review done by? Was it? Oh, I was gonna assume that was done by Avatar Anderson, but
I am very
And there's
scared.
Gary just willy-nilly opening it up to a random page and reading from it. I was like, I'm
Got
very
pretty lucky.
Very nervous.
Got pretty lucky
Very
there.
nervous.
Maybe that'll be the game we play every day. We'll read one paragraph and just
How
word
far
for
can
word
we get?
see
How
where we
many
go before we have to
words
stop.
before-
Dark
Oh, we should
places,
stop.
Gary. Dark places.
Amazing. Coach number 1, thank you so much, Curtis Anderson. Thank you so much, Coach Simon. You guys are the best. This has been another edition of the All the Way Around Table on the Wednesday edition of your show. We'll be back tomorrow with Prime Time. Matt Young from CTV. And we got a couple interviews with our friends in 3 Hall, so that will be coming down. And then it's going to be Friday in the weekend. So thank you again. You guys had a really private conversation, and I can't wait to look back and see what it was. Lots of mocking. I feel like we were mocked.
can I put a request in?
Sure.
Gary? Can we get this is a lot of work. I asked of things for you.
Okay.
But can we get the same treatment as the more established, more trendy, more hip, more arguably musically talented, obviously, but the All Out of Angst podcast? Is there a chance the All the Way Around Table can have that same service?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Perfect.
All right. Well,
Just say no and we'll move on.
no? Question mark?
No, I just mean, could we have our own feature on the show? Now that you're introducing it as if it's a thing, can it be a thing?
I thought it
Well, we
already was.
But it's not, because you got to go find it in your show.
Okay, I know exactly what he's talking about now. We're going to find out again.
We finally arrived at that point in the
first ever-
show, so
the
it's time
first-
to wrap.
First ever double play out. No, you're talking about the audio version, how we do the all that. Okay, so we got to get a page for the all the way around table. Well, that means we have to get mugshots for everyone. So we have to do a photo shoot.
Mine are already online.
Of course, authors. He probably, he's got one in his book right there. So the 3 of us will have to do a photo shoot. I think that's something we could do. The all the way around table. And we'll get an intro done. And we just need a logo. Okay, we'll work on it. That's it for real this time. AJ, we love you. Say hi to the family. Everyone else, remember, karma is very, very, very real. If you do good things, they will start happening to you just like this place. I promise you. We love you. Have an incredible rest of your Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow.